Welcome to Zoom 101. Let's get started with Zoom. The main idea behind Zoom is to connect, support, and meet with others from a distance in a virtual meeting room online, and this has become one of the main modes of communication since social distancing has been put into place and COVID-19 has arrived on the scene. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks about how to use Zoom. Who knew that the very first family that would have a Zoom meeting would be the Brady Bunch? They're the pioneers of Zoom, established in 1969. On a serious note, Zoom is great to use for communication. You can see people's facial expressions. You can pick up on nonverbal cues. You can have better interaction than on a telephone. It's just a great tool for meeting. So the first step is setting up a Zoom account, and the Zoom address you need to type into your browser is https://zoom.us. Once you're there, you can click on Plans and Pricing up at the top of the screen. I have it circled with an arrow pointing to it. And that will bring up all kinds of plans. There's Basic, Pro, Business, and Enterprise. These 4 distinct plans are available, but you can use a free Zoom account and meet up to, you can host up to 100 participants. So I would suggest this is the one you get started with if you're not running meetings. I have been in meetings that have had up to 300 in it, and an individual just wanting to meet with family wouldn't need that capacity. So I would start with the one that's free. So you're going to click Sign Up for Free, and that is where I have it circled and pointing in an arrow. And you're going to have to sign up with a series of questions. The process doesn't take too long, but you'll have to put in an email address, your birth date. It'll just take you through prompts. You can also sign up with a Google or Facebook account, and most people now have one or the other. And using a Google account makes the process easier and quicker, but you can still just sign up manually as well. Once you enter your information, you're going to click Create Account. And it says by submitting this form, you agree to the terms of service. Once your account is created, this is the page you will land on. This is where you will schedule a meeting. Your meetings are there, upcoming meetings, previous meetings, personal meetings. Previous meetings is meetings you've hosted previously. It's pretty self-explanatory. And the personal meeting room is a room that is permanently reserved for you that has your meetings in there. Your personal meeting ID and personal link are the 2 ways to access this room, and your meeting ID is where I have it circled. And the link you sent out is how people will attend your meetings. On the left side of the screen, you can access your profile details as well. You can change your profile picture. There's no picture where it says change, but that would be where a picture would be. And you can find linked meeting IDs. You can also find your linked email accounts. So if you want to make any modifications to any of those areas, you can click the edit buttons I have circled to the right of each one to update any information. Zoom allows you to link to a Microsoft Outlook account or Chrome. And this feature allows you to save time by scheduling meetings from your calendar if you keep a calendar in either one of these areas. Now it's time to download Zoom onto your computer. So you're still on Zoom's page that I had you log into at the beginning of the tutorial. So you want to scroll down to the bottom of the Zoom web page. You will find download. You're going to click download in the web pages footer, and as you can see, Zoom allows for multiple platform downloads. You will need to complete the download in order to host a meeting or join a meeting. You don't need an account to join a meeting, and you want to choose the right platform to download on. If you're going to use a PC, if you're going to use your mobile phone, you want to make sure you grab the right download. You will be prompted to download the software. If you don't have it, you will be prompted to download it when somebody sends you a link to join a Zoom meeting. You will be prompted to open Zoom meetings, or you can also click on download and run Zoom at the bottom of the screen. I have both areas circled. So let's schedule a meeting. Once you click schedule meeting, this is the page where you will input the information. The topic of the meeting, you will type in the nature of the meeting. I've got in there Zoom tutorial meeting. Your description is optional. I put in fun learning experience. When is your date and time that you want to schedule the meeting for, and the duration is a rough estimate of the length of the meeting. One caveat here that is very important is to choose the correct time zone, or meeting times will be skewed. The first Zoom meeting I ever set up for my staff, I chose the wrong time zone and I had to go in and change all of that. So you want to make sure that you choose the right time zone. Your meeting ID, once you schedule it, will generate automatically, and you can set the host and participant video to on or off. Audio can be set for a telephone, computer audio, or both, and that's if somebody has trouble getting in on a computer, they can still call a telephone number and access through their phone. I usually choose both to give both options, just to cover every area. There are several meeting options that you can choose. Once your meeting choices have been established, just click Save. An invite link is generated and ready to copy and share with participants. As you can see in the middle of the screen, I have it circled, and it has on the right of it copy invitation. All you have to do is click that, and once you do, this meeting information will open, and the invite can be sent via email to participants. As you can see there, it has the topic, the time, the link, the meeting ID, the password, and mobile numbers and telephone numbers if you have to enter the meeting by phone. Copy the meeting invitation and send it to your participants via your email. All you have to do is open an email, compose it, paste this link in there, and send it to whoever you want to join the meeting, and that's all there is, and the rest is up to them to click the link to join. So, without further ado, let's start the meeting. I already have Zoom on my computer, so I'm going to open Zoom meetings. And as you can see, it comes up that way, and I'm the host, and you can adjust your computer. I set my computer so it will show video and audio, and I can mute myself here. I can stop the video. I wanted to show you this feature that you can choose a virtual background if you have a green screen. And I don't have a green screen, but you can upload any picture you want behind you and it'll look like you're on the beach. I put a beach in there, but I don't have the capability. But
just know that's in there. You can share your screen if you have files or something you want to share. And there's keyboard shortcuts and all kinds of things in there. You can check it out. Right here, it tells me I'm the only one in here. And I have sent the link to another participant, so I'm waiting on them to come in here. But you can also, if you want to, you can record your Zoom meeting. You can share your screen there as well. And then you can also chat. Over here, you can just type in group chat. It will allow you to talk to each other there. You can also put reactions in the chat. You can do all kinds of things here. As I said, we're waiting on, you can set your screen there. And I'm waiting on the person I sent the link to join in here, and I'll show you how you can let them in when you are the host. And you do have control over muting and unmuting people. You can invite more people here, or you can mute everybody, or you can unmute everybody. And they have the capability on their end, if they want to speak, to unmute themselves. Zoom really is fairly simple once you're in there, once you set your meeting, once you send out your invitations and figure that out, set up your account. It's fairly simple to proctor as a host, and it's very simple to join a meeting and just be a participant as well. So I'm still waiting on my participant to join, and sometimes if you have a paid version, the free version is you can have up to 100 people on there. And I've been in Zoom meetings where there's well over like 300 people. It's a paid version. And sometimes when you're joining, it's on to how you set it up. It's hard to get in, but the host will eventually let you in so you can be part of the meeting. But sometimes don't get frustrated if you have to sit there and wait, because it's just how it is. It's the virtual world we live in these days. So I'm still waiting on my participant, and so we can move forward and show you how some other things work when there's more than just me sitting here. Okay, so now you see there are two participants. There's my participant is waiting for me to let them in the meeting. So I'm going to grab her. So as you can see, like I said, there's one participant waiting here. So I'm going to scroll over and I am going to admit my participant in. Oh, there she is. Your face isn't on there? Okay. There she is. And that's how you run a Zoom meeting. And you want to, are you muted or unmuted, Kim?
I think I'm unmuted.
Okay, I can mute Kim if I need to here.
Lots of people would like that.
And basically that's how it is. And then when you are ready to end your meeting, you want to log out, Kim, so you can show them. Sometimes there's glitches in Zoom, but as you can see on my screen right here, I can end the meeting here as well. But when there are multiple participants, the screen will be full and there will be arrows to other participants, and you don't always have to be on video. Did it let you out?
Well, I thought so.
You're frozen.
Frozen.
And always remember Zoom etiquette when you are on here. Remember, everybody can see you, so you want to be your best. Put your best face forward and not have any distractions behind you, or do weird things on screen that somebody's going to remember. So I think Kim logged off, and I'm going to end the meeting, and that's it. As you can see here, if I hit end, it says end meeting for all, and that will automatically shut everybody down, or I can just leave the meeting. Since it was just Kim and I'm going to end the meeting for all. And that's it.
As you can see, Zoom does have glitches once in a while. And I left our glitches in just so you guys know we're human and that that's how it is. I thought Kim was unmuted. She thought she was unmuted, and when all of this was downloaded, you couldn't hear Kim. So on her end, she was muted. I was eating a mint when I was trying to talk. I wouldn't do that again. When I tried to type into the chat, there was only me in the meeting, so you need another participant in there before that feature will work. So I'm learning too as I'm doing this with you. When I'm in meetings of over 100 people or 300 plus, I usually use the chat feature, and I don't usually unmute myself just because of background noise. I'm in my office and the phone rings, so I usually type into the chat. But as you can see, there's all kinds of things that can happen that are imperfect. But my best advice is don't sweat the small stuff. Just go with it and boldly step into the new normal or virtual interaction that is in our world today, and enjoy. Experiment and set up meetings with your family and see what happens. If you need any help or have any questions, email me or call the high school library at 765-628-3534, and I'll help you with anything I can do to answer any questions or help you set up a meeting. But like I said, just boldly step in there and set up meetings and set up your account and see what happens. Happy Zooming.